Several people have taken over an abandoned home in Seattle and say they won't leave until their demands are met. This is connected to the homeless sweep yesterday at Cal Anderson Park. Ted Land joins us now live near the park. And Ted, several speakers, it sounds like, lashed out against businesses, banks, capitalism, politics, and more. This was just moments ago.
Yeah, that's right. They had a lot to say, but their main demands are that the city stop its sweeps of homeless camps and provide housing, permanent housing for anybody who needs them. They say this occupation is in response to what's been happening here at Cal Anderson Park here this week. The city trying to move in and clear out the tents, the people who have been living here in this park for months now. The headline tonight, just moments ago, another big piece of news here is a judge telling everybody that this request from one of the campers that there be a halt to the clearing the sweeps of the camps here, a judge has denied that request. One of the campers sued, saying that the city was violating their rights by trying to sweep them out of here. They tried to make a strong argument for that, but the judge says the argument wasn't strong enough, and so they denied that camper's request to put a halt to the sweeps here. But you know, we're not seeing any activity at the park here tonight. It's not like police are moving in or anything at this hour. Nearby at a house on this street, a group of homeless advocates, as they call themselves, say they're occupying that house, which they say is owned by an LLC. Nobody lived in it, and they wanted to make the statement that there's a lot of empty housing in the city, and you know, if it's just sitting there empty, somebody should be able to move in. So they've just occupied that house, and they read a list of demands. Here's some of what they said earlier.
We demand a permanent end to all sweeps. Ultimately, we demand permanent housing for all. Housing is a human right. You cannot sweep away the human beings that our capitalist society deems undesirable. These systemic injustices must be dealt with by top-down reform, or they will be met with bottom-up dismantlement.
What if the neighbors of that house came over and spoke at the microphone, saying they support much of what these advocates are saying, but they did kind of indicate there's a little bit of friction there with so many people just moving in and taking over that house. Another person who says they live in the neighborhood came by, and they did not like what they saw. They were not happy with those people who had occupied that house. So a pretty complicated situation there tonight. We'll be watching over the next several hours to see what happens here at the park. Now that the judge denied a camper's request to put a halt to the sweeps, we're not seeing any activity here. There are still tents here. There are still people in the park. But we'll be watching to see if those city teams move in. The city says it's trying to offer housing to the people who are staying here and services, and that some of them have accepted it. Some of them have turned it down. So this could be an important night here at the park. Live at Cal Anderson Park, Ted Land, King 5 News.